Greetings, guys and gals. This is Jaguar bringing you the best in esports. Today we have the CSL. This is going to be set 2 of CSU versus Clemson University. At the left-hand side on Sandshorn Mist, we have Wire for Clemson as the teal player, and the blue player as Protoss. On the right side is going to be LegitOP. Sandshorn Mist is an ICCup map that is not used in the ladder, but I think it's a very, very balanced map, very, very good as well. But honestly, I think that it's a little bit more Protoss favorite in PvP matchups, but I guess that's just me. Anyways, we do have pylons going down for both players, super, super standard. Scouting after pylon, it looks like for both players. Oh my gosh, look at that scouting pattern there. So it looks like we're probably not going to see any type of proxy, at least for now. Sandshorn Mist, obviously, as you can see, has one Xel'Naga watchtower in the exact center, 2 more on the sides, island bases here and here. Fairly easy to take natural, as you can see, and it's got a kind of a weird ramp here. This might be coming into play when we see things like blink stalkers. Also, there's a little bit of a ledge here. The ramp on this side, the ramp on this side is a scrap station ramp, but this ramp is more of a one force field ramp. Both probes getting into each other's bases, and I honestly wish that they wouldn't have picked teal and blue to be their colors, because this is going to be super confusing, as you can literally barely tell them apart. I wonder if I can alt-tab that, to be completely honest. Or not alt-tab that, whatever, nope, can't change the colors. The colors are the colors, and I should have probably told them just to change colors, just so it would be easier, a little bit easier to cast this. We're talking about APM, and they're skyrocketing at over 200 APM, both top 200 players, just kidding. But they are both diamonds, so very, very good players nonetheless. We do see Gateway and Assimilator gone down for Wire, and meanwhile, looks like the same thing has gone down for Legit a little bit earlier. So Legit is going to be a little bit more on top of his build, in my honest opinion. We have that Cybernetics core going down first as well. So I believe that as of right now, that Legit's going to be just that slight bit of head, because it looks like they are at the same harvest count. Actually, Legit ahead in harvesters as well. So Legit just being a little bit more on top of his build, picking up that Xel'Naga watchtower. The probe from Wire just goes back, and so we're just gonna watch this probe until something exciting happens. Wire looks like he's making a Zealot at his base, and second gas going down for Legit at normal timing. Looks like we have a Gateway before second gas. Might be going for this 4-gate Choja, I believe. Choja 4-gate push. And Legit might be going for more of a techie type thing, or a different kind of a later 4-gate than Wire is going, because Wire still has not got that gas. And meanwhile, both gases are now being mined by the Protoss player Legit. And so we are, he's gonna go the 4-gate, he's gonna go the 4-gate, the Choja 4-gate. If you guys don't know, Choja, I believe, played Nest T, and Nest T was able to hold off that Choja 4-gate with 1 Zergling, was what Artosis said. He had 1 Zergling at the time those units were pushing in, and he just macroed up some Zerglings and used his Queen and his drones, and he's able to hold it off fairly well. Both players researching Warp Gate technology, and honestly, I think that Legit's build is a little bit better, as he did get his gas earlier. He's going to be able to pump out more techie type units. It's going to be a lot more Zealot heavy, in my opinion, from the Protoss player Wire. He is going to go for this 4-gate build. That probe might have scouted it. Did he scout that? No, he didn't scout whether or not there was gas, and didn't scout those extra 2 gateways. That's kind of important to note. If he would have seen that, he definitely would have known what type of build that was going on. It looks like Blink being researched, so we're going to go with a 3-gate Blink tech versus a Choja 4-gate. This is going to be very, very interesting. Honestly, I think that Legit might be in a little bit of trouble just on his choice of build, but at the same time, if he has really, really good micro against these Zealots and Stalkers, then he's gonna be able to hold it off. Don't know why I just stuttered there, but at the very least, this probe's gonna be going down, sees how many Stalkers, 3 Stalkers coming in, and going to be able to pick off that Stalker. That's gonna be super important, actually. surprisingly, you guys would say just losing one stalker, oh, that's not important. But in this early game, especially in PvP matchups, just so important, those early units. And now going for his 4th gate with this blink, I think that this is a very nice attack here. But Hold the Horses needs to use that blink to his best ability. Does not have it. Finally, he gets it. Probably should put that stalker in the back. Doing so. Very nice job. But he's in a little bit of trouble. More units warping in for Legit, though. He did put a pylon in that area. Does he have enough to hold it off? I don't believe so. 2 of the stalkers go down. He's only down to 3 stalkers. 2 of the stalkers blink away. 1 of the stalkers gets taken out, and he's going to have to retreat. He's going to lose his pylon. Uh-oh. Like I said before, this build, very, very strong, especially against something like a more techie type build. Like, say, if he went for a Robo, he would definitely be okay against a 4-gate, especially since this map is fairly long. On some map like Scrap Station would not have been okay, but the thing is he went for Blink, which is good, but with the overwhelming amount of units that that Wire's going to have, he might be able to pull this off with the victory. Just so much of a better army composition, and going for that robotics bay. Looks like a pylon morphing in at the lower position there. That's very, very good. He's going to need a sentry or 2 to hold this off. Not building sentries, just building stalkers. Don't know how I feel about this. I think sentries will be a lot more viable, but really doesn't have the gas to support it. Probably that is why he's building so many stalkers. He could also build some zealots as well, just for a little bit of added defense there. Pylon morphing in at the midfield, so really this is kind of an all-in, especially because, oh wow, did he cancel? I don't know if he canceled. We have a Dark Shrine going down for the Protoss player. If he's able to hold this off until he gets that Dark Shrine, he's going to be able to definitely push back his opponent. Here comes a big engagement. Should blink. Oh, not blinking the stalkers. There he's the blink, but probably should have individual microed and blinked right there. Don't know if that robotics is done. Yes, that robotics is done. Pumping out an Immortal might not get an observer. If he just goes straight Immortal, this attack is going to be so good, especially with this Dark Shrine. If he had that pylon still, he would be absolutely to do some havoc. Here comes another engagement for Legit, just kind of moving in here, trying to pick off these zealots. If he's able to pick off this pylon, that's going to be huge. It looks like Wire is just going to absolutely just ditch this pylon, allow it to be picked off. He is not going to be supply blocked after that dies, but very, very nice job by Wire and Riptide as well. Both of them playing very, very good. And this is the matchup I hate the most, actually. I really don't like PvP. I think it's more of a dice roll than even ZVZ is now. It looks like not Riptide. Almost said Riptide. Legit moving in with his stalkers. Might have some DTs in the mix. Not making any DTs, which is really, really interesting there. We might see a little bit of a wall off. Nice blink there, getting out of harm's reach. Has the Immortal in the mix, which is going to do absolutely tons and tons and tons of damage. Still doesn't have an observer. Not really using that Dark Shrine at all. I don't really know why he didn't use the Dark Shrine, because now finally morphing some DTs. Really could have. Honestly, I think he should put a pylon, which he is. It looks like he's putting a pylon right there. But if he would have been able to warp them a little bit closer, he's going to be able to walk all the way around and just kill a bunch of this stuff, because there's no observer. His army is totally out of position. Looks like a pylon morphing in for Legit. I think that Wire's going to see this, going to be able to take out the pylon. Does he cancel it? No, I believe that was destroyed, actually, to be completely honest. Did he see the DTs? Looks like he is pulling back to his base. Might have saw the DTs. Does not have an observer. Oh, finally building an observer. I think that he saw the DTs, but the DTs are going in. The observer is not going to nearly be in time, sending them to both opposite directions, using it for spotting for his blink stalkers, and he's just going to absolutely just come in here and do some work. More forces coming in. If he had a sentry, well, I guess that couldn't blink up, so never mind. He's going to try to take out some pylons. Really needs to just blink back. Ooh, not really the best blink there. Still going to be really vulnerable comparatively to these units. The DT's doing work in the backfield, just killing a ton of probes. His army gets absolutely annihilated, but meanwhile, the secret DT has been doing work right behind the base. Absolutely amazing. Nice job by I don't know why I keep calling him Riptide. Nice job by Legit. He does have his second base up, so he's going to be able to macro up a good army. If Wire wants any part in a win in this, he's definitely going to have to push out here and now. Probably should bring a probe along for the ride. He's expanding, which is good, but what he really needs is he really needs to push in here, because pretty soon this force is just going to be just so massive. He's going to be able to have Colossus in the near future, though. And it looks like we see the army from Wire coming in. And this is going to be very, very close, man. This is going to be super close. Here comes a huge army. Is he going to be able to hold it off? Good force field. There's no blink, remember, so he's going to be able to hold them back. Really needed another sentry to hold this off, but I don't think he's going to be able to. Probably should build an observer of some, but he doesn't have a robo. Just kidding. The DTs really aren't going to matter too much at this point in time. Actually, might be able to hold this off, to be completely honest. If he's able to focus down this Immortal, which is not attacking the Stalkers. The Immortal should be attacking the Stalkers, but it looks like he's going to be able to hold it off. Very nice job by Riptide. He's going to have that base a lot sooner than his opponent, and able to hold it off. Almost was a GG, but not quite. So very, very good defense by Riptide. He is playing absolutely amazing, getting that +1 attack. And do we have +1 for Wire? Yes, we do. So both players going to be at +1 very, very shortly. I'm surprised that he was able to hold that off, to be completely honest. Just those extra cannons allowed him to. And this is not a good thing that you want to do. Just FYI, you don't want to queue anything over 2 probes. Don't ever queue anything over 2 probes, because that's minerals that you could be using at the here and now. So don't queue. Not really a huge deal, but see, that's just 100 minerals. He could have warped in something else. But instead he's got that queued up, and so it's going to be taking up his mineral supply. DT coming in yet again. Does he have the observer? It looks like he has an observer right there, so he's just going to be just fine. The DT might be able to do some damage, but not quite as much as probably Legit would like. Still going to be able to do a fair amount, though. Looks like he's just going to keep it outside on the ramp, see when his opponent is moving out. And both of these games, Set 1 and Set 2, have been fairly long, considering that usually in the CSL we see a little bit of shorter games. Going to be able to kill 1, 2, 3, 4 probe kills. Very, very nice. Probably shouldn't have engaged there. Probably should have just ran back. But 4 probe kills. Can't really complain with that. Surprised we don't see armor level 1 upgrading for Wire. But this army for Legit is just getting bigger and bigger, and he's also getting his robo, which is very, very nice. On the same token, we are probably going to see Colossuses in the near future, although he's just hurting for minerals. Legit is just so far ahead in terms of harvesters, 44-32 on a mirror matchup. Not nearly where you want to be. Making another observer. And honestly, I don't think that he should do that. I don't think that he should waste the gas on another observer. Really, he's going to have to cut every corner, and just building another observer is not really what he wants to do. He wants to scout out, but he could do a lot of scouting with a probe, in my honest opinion. Almost mined out at his main is Legit, and you know, it looks like just because those probes got killed, he's gonna be a little bit more okay with mining from there. But really, like they're saying in the chat, needs to transfer these probes to get full saturation on this mineral patch over here. It looks like Legit is transferring his probes very, very nicely. Well, not quite as nicely as one would hope. To be honest, he could have done oversaturation there and then just transferred them after. Right now, there's just all these idle probes doing nothing. So, it's okay, whatever. Not a big deal. Not a big deal at all. And I'm surprised. Oh, gosh, he's just so low on minerals, man. He's putting out a Colossus, but just so absolutely low on minerals. I mean, his army is bigger for the time being. We see +2 weapons being researched by Legit, but now just the economy is going to kick in. We look at the income tab. It's just going to absolutely skyrocket once he gets this base up and running. Already ahead now of his opponent, Wire. And the observer is just going to be scouting around, seeing what's up. Might be able to pick it off. Is he able to? Very nice job, able to pick it off. Don't think, has he seen this? He has not seen that extra base, which is very, very important. Does not know that that third base is up. Legit looks like he's getting hands. He's ready to move out, researching the thermal lands, probably putting out a Colossus as we speak, and he is. If you look at the production tab, it's almost halfway done. Probably should chrono boost that with his second base, but he's thinking about a lot of stuff, so I don't blame him for not chrono boosting it. And I just think Legit's going to be able to win this, and that means that I might not have to play my 1v1, because I'm actually in the 2v2 and the 1v1. So if I'm able to win the 2v2, then I we'll 3-0 him, and I don't have to play that 1v1. Although I kind of do want to play that 1v1, but that doesn't mean that I'm just going to kind of sacrifice, be like, you know what, screw the 2v2, let's sacrifice that. No, I want to win the 2v2 as well because I have a partner, and that's the way I roll. Probe coming out, probably going to make a proxy pylon is what I'm assuming. Might even go for another expansion, but I highly doubt that. Probably going to put down a pylon in this area. Don't think that he should expand at this point in time. Although he hasn't really scouted, doesn't know if that base is there at all. I think that that's one thing that he could have done a little bit better is scout at that point. Don't know what that probe is exactly doing at that location. And Legit now has an observer of his own, so he's going to be able to pick off the observers of Wire, which is very, very important if he wants to continue with this DT usage. It looks like he's going to go for another Colossus. The observer does get picked off. Here comes the engagement. The Colossus is just firing away at all the units. Good force fields there. Really kind of should have blocked this off, though. Goofy force fields going down. Colossus on the high ground. 2 Colossus on the high ground. This might make the difference if he engages right here. Good Colossus micro by Wire. More units coming in for Legit. Just doing some good force field there. Those Stalkers are just going to be absolutely blinking in. Able to pick off one of the Colossuses. And GG from Wire. Legit wins. So CSU is up 2-0 on Clemson University. Let's go to set 3.